all, and welcome back to the second part of the previous paper. We're going to continue with question number 3. So GHD is a public limited company. It produces steel products including gates and garage doors. GHD has a flat organizational structure and a short chain of command. GHD has many stakeholder groups including 600 employees. The managing director is considering introducing job rotation to improve employee motivation. He has also been analyzing some financial data, an extract shown in table 3.1. This is the table. Our first part is define fixed cost. So the correct answer, or the full answer for fixed cost, is costs that do not change with the level of output, or costs that do not vary in the short run with the number of items sold or produced. Now the second one is more detailed, but the first one counts as well for 2 marks, so any would be fine. But if you were to write costs that do not change, you will only get a mark, which is not full definition. Alright, the second part is calculate the margin of safety for product X in 2020. So the units sold in 2020 is 30,000, and the break-even output is 22,500. So what you have to do is you have to minus them, and then you'll get this. If you were to write the formula and your final answer is wrong, you'll still get a mark. And if you were to write just the answer by itself without the working or the formula, you'll get 2 marks as well. So either is fine as well. Next is part C. Part C, you have to outline 2 advantages to GHD of having a short chain of command. So you could have short chain of command will produce maybe effective communication. It will be easier and faster. It will, easier, maybe save time, and with fewer mistakes in, passing down information to the employees. So this communication is quicker and more accurate, which produce quicker decision making. Alright, another one is the information passed to the employees will pass down easier, or will delegate easier. Okay, so explain one advantage and one disadvantage to GHD of using job rotation to improve employee motivation. Job rotation is basically rotating around employees in different tasks. Basically, not every employee will be stuck to one task. This will prevent employees of, getting bored or demotivated, with the same repetitive routine in work. So business owners or managers will use this method in order to create a more vibrant work environment. It is not like some people mistake it for job sharing, but it's not that, it's different. So our advantage is business will be more flexible. You could write the ones I stated as well. Business will be more vibrant, or employees will be more motivated and feel more trusted by their managers or directors. So the explanation for the advantages: employees will be able to multitask, leading to higher productivity and higher profit. You could also write business easier to cover, replace others when someone is absent, because most employees will be able to perform the other tasks apart from their own, so that will be helpful. So a disadvantage will be workers may not be familiar with each task. Alright, this will lower the quality of products produced as it may lead to mistakes. This doesn't happen that much, but it will happen once you introduce job rotation, because your employees need time to need time to be familiar with their new tasks apart from the one they're used to doing. So yeah, our last part is E. Do you think the shareholders are the most important stakeholder group to the success of a limited company? Okay, we can list down both, whether we think it is or it's not. But for me, my answer is no. I do not think shareholders are the most important stakeholders. Your answer could be yes, but I think no is a better answer. However, both answers are correct as long as you are able to support your answer. So, points for those who think yes, who support shareholders are the most important stakeholders, will include, so shareholders will be able to invest money in or capital in the business, which can help the business expand, or buy more equipment, which increases output. Now this um now this point actually is about 3 marks. Yeah, this point is quite long, and I think it's about 3 marks. You can add influence the aims of the business, or they have the power to vote out directors. That's another point. However, your justification for this answer will be, however, shareholders will have no influence over the day-to-day decisions, because they are only investing money and they would only profit of the business by the end of the year, so they don't really know what is going on. This is usually the managers and directors' job, so they're not really that influential within the business. So I think that is it for this one. The other one, if you were to say no, which is my answer, other stakeholders are important. They include customers, directors, managers, employees, suppliers, local community, government, bank. But I will put the 3 first: customers, directors, and managers, plus employees. So why are customers important? Because they buy the products, and if they are ignored, their needs in the business will lose. Sorry, if they are ignored, your business will lose, alright? Okay, so I rephrase it this way. It's shorter than the marking scheme, but it includes points about customers and directors and also employees. So employees, they make the products, so if they become demotivated, the quality will fall. So you see, shareholders are not the only important stakeholders. However, there are many other important ones. And for the justification for this argument is, shareholders are important as they invest money in the business, which can help expand the business. So basically that is the only advantage the shareholders have. So you're just gonna put that, but if you can think of more, you can add that to the justification. Now that's it for this part, or this question. Let's go to our last question, the last case study. Question number 4. Raul owns a small farm that grows oranges. His farm is based in countryside. Like all primary sector activities, farming creates external costs and external benefits. Raul sells all 600 tons of his oranges direct to drinks manufacturer in country E. The government of country E planned to introduce either import tariffs or quotas. Raul said that this might help country E's government achieve one of its economic objectives, but how will it affect companies that export to country E? So basically, Raul's business is the one that is exporting products to country E. Alright, the first part is define primary sector. The answer is the sector that generates raw material, which the secondary sector then uses to make a product. You can also write extracts and uses the natural resources of the earth to produce raw materials used by their business. Now I think the first one I mentioned is more clear, or it's better to remember. There's another one that is also acceptable, which is firms whose business activity involve the extraction of raw materials. Now this is the shortest one, but this one doesn't really, I feel like this one doesn't really make you understand the concept of this term. But it's a good one if you want something easy to remember. But I'm gonna go with the first. Okay. Part B, identify 2 government economic objectives. So there are lower unemployment rates, that's an economic objective. Low inflation. Improved balance payments. Increase in GDP. These could be objectives. When increase in GDP and economic growth are in the same point, so you cannot put those as separate objectives, so be careful with that. C, outline one external benefit and one external cost that Raul's business activity might create. External benefit will have jobs created on the farm, that's an external benefit. Other business move into the area is an external benefit. There's also environmental external, like trees release oxygen, planting trees improve air qualities, or trees absorb carbon dioxide. For each of those you'll get a mark, so you have to write more than one for the environmental one. But the first 2, jobs created on the farm or pay taxes on the oranges, these 2 will give you 2 marks. So we have here job created on the farm, and then our external cost is pollution caused by exporting. Now pollution is a cost, it is obviously not a benefit. Another one could be loss of space. When the land used to produce 600 tons is a lot, it will cover a very large area, so they will lose land, and that is a cost. Okay, for part D, explain 2 advantages to Raul's business of selling direct to a manufacturer. Well, this one is a good question. So first of all, the Raul wouldn't need a middleman, and the process will be much easier, and his business will be able to connect with the customers, so they will know the customers' demand. Unlike, they don't really have to do surveys or anything. They know exactly what they need to produce when selling to the manufacturer of the manufacturer of the, I think, is it juice? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's a drink manufacturer. So that is an advantage. Another advantage is, hold on, they can sell in large quantity. They do not need to deliver to many businesses. because this company needs, this large quantity, so they don't have to sell to more than one manufacturer. Another one is less paperwork. It will, like I said a while ago, it will save time, which reduces administration costs. Better understanding of customer needs. This one is customer demands. I mentioned that as well. Now I'm telling you these from the marking scheme, but you can think of your own, because it's a 6-mark question, and I think as long as your answer is acceptable, you should be good. Now my first one is more predictable demand. This one relates to the customer, which makes planning easier. Now when you are able to know what the customer needs, you'll be able to plan faster, and you'll be able to know how much you need to produce. And selling directly to the manufacturer helps with that. Another one is no need for intermediaries, which increase margin of the farm. Now this one is the middleman. Okay. The last part is E. Do you think the introduction of import tariff is likely to have a greater effect than the introduction of import quotas on exporting business? Now this one is also up to you whether you agree or not. I think it is not greater. I think quotas will create a much more serious effect on the business than tariffs. But let's go with the one for tariff. If you were to think so, tariffs may lead to an increase in the prices of goods, which makes goods more expensive and makes the products less competitive, leading to a fewer sales or less revenue. Another point is business may decide to maintain prices, not pass on price increase to customers, reducing profit margin. Now this point says that if, like, when there are tariffs, import tariffs, basically you have to pay more taxes for your products. And when the business chooses not to price up their products, they will lose profit. And if they were to make higher prices, they will either lose customers or have fewer sales. Also, they will have a lot of competition. Now, if you were to be against that, if you were to think quotas are they have more greater effect, they will limit the amount of goods that can be brought into the country. That is true, because a country can put any quotas they would want, and maybe 600 tons are way more than the quotas put. So which means you might have to import in the goods in more than one batch, and this will make them lose a lot of money. So another one, you may have to find a new market for remaining products. Now this is the one supporting the first point. The first point says maybe 600 tons is a lot, so you'll have extra products which you cannot import straight away, so you have to find place for those products or leftover inventory, which increases storage costs, increasing the total cost. Okay. Now justification for that is, however, tariffs could increase the price of goods, leading to lower demand and higher competition. As you can see, I chose that quotas are more serious, or they create more effect. And I rephrased the answer like this. Now I took this from the marking scheme, but you can write your own answer as long as it's rephrased in this manner, and you have your justification over here. Your justification could be 1 point or more, but I chose to have 1 point. So that's it for this paper. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helped you.